Hi, this is Melissa at Her Quiet Passions, and we're off for another adventure. The largest state park in California, Anza-Borrego Desert State Park, is located in the southeast corner of California. We stayed in the little commercial town of Borrego Springs, located right in the middle of the park, which was centrally located to the wildflower areas where we wanted to go. It took everything I had to resist going straight to the Palm Oasis. Instead, we went to the visitor center, and boy am I glad we did. A stunning stacked rock building and a beautiful landscape were the perfect introduction to the desert park. The last time I visited was over 40 years ago, and I wanted to reacquaint myself with the plant names. And I'll share that with you now. Plants in this area are described as the desert scrub plant community. Only plants that have adapted to less than 9 inches of rain a year, hot summers, and mild winters can survive here. My heart is just bursting. It's just so beautiful here. To be in this desert at this spring that's so vital. Wow, so pretty, pretty. They're like the most beautiful, delicate flower. Very soft and delicate flower. Lots of pollen in there for the local pollinators. This is called an elephant tree, and I think it's because of the base, the way it looks. Creosote bushes are unique in their adaptation to this harsh desert. The resinous leaves help the plant hold on to all the valuable water that it can. They are a dominant species here and may be counted among the oldest plants in the world. They reproduce by cloning themselves. They send shoots up from their roots, forming a circle of new cloned plants. Over hundreds or even thousands of years, this slow cloning of the original plant will cause the circle to expand. Scientists estimate some of these circles to be over 10,000 years old. Over the years, some of these clone circles have expanded so much that they are not immediately recognizable for what they are. They appear to be individual plants randomly growing across the desert floor. Chuparosa, chuparosa, chuparosa. I love saying it. And it's in full bloom. I don't think I see one leaf on this plant. I see, way in there, there's like this dead leaf, kind of that yellowish leaf down there. But the spectacular show right now are these flowers. And chuparosa is, I think, Spanish for hummingbird. And hummingbirds love this. The barrel cactus, which is called pharaoh cactus, and they have buds on top. I'll have to try and find one that has flowers. Speaking of flowers, I know that I say, I love it all the time. Well, I love many things, and what's wrong with that? But I absolutely fell head over heels for brittlebush. With its tidy dome of gray sage-like leaves and long flower stems sporting bright yellow daisies, brittlebush populates the landscape with the color of joy. It ranges across Southern California deserts as well as the coastal scrub plant community of Southern California, and this encourages me to try to plant my new romance in my own yard. California fan palms are the classic oasis palm tree. They grow by springs and streams in the desert. Not surprisingly, fan palms have a fan-shaped leaf that are kept on the tree even after they turn brown. Then they drape the full length of the trunk like a hula skirt. They are the only native palm to the western United States and one of the country's largest native palms. Don't miss part 2 of our Anza Borrego adventure, where we trek up to the palm oasis. In the afternoon of our first day in Anza Borrego, we headed out to the recommended wildflower hotspots, Henderson Canyon Road and Coyote Canyon Road. Carpeting these regions with low purplish-pink creeping mats is the desert sand verbena. It's an annual plant. An annual plant's life in the desert is a hurried affair, racing to produce seeds before the intense heat of summer. Yay! From the road, I spotted a barrel cactus in the wild and yelled to stop the car. Wow, it's a big thing. I always thought of the barrel cactus as the king of the desert, so solid and grounded. The flowers bloom in a crown on top. The greenish-yellow buds and flower are tucked within these very nasty hooked spines. Look at that thing. Another miracle of nature. Beautiful, beautiful. I fondly remember teddy bear cholla from years ago. These cactus look so dramatic when they're backlit like this. They are distinctive in that from a distance, the dense white spines make the plant look fuzzy. But beware, they are not cuddly at all. Also called jumping cholla, maybe because if you get too close, segments can break off and seem to jump onto you. Ouch! Check this out. This is a cholla cactus that's dead, and it's mostly just skeletal, but it does have some of the outside. It almost looks like fur, but it's the the skin, the spikes, the spines, just sticking to it a little bit. What's left. I love how beautiful the patterns are in that. Oh. I really love just wandering around in the desert because you never know what you're going to run into. And check this out. A large old Ocotillo died and collapsed here in all its spiky glory. I read that Ocotillos can live almost as long as humans. If the barrel cactus are the kings of the desert, then I proclaim the Ocotillos as the queens of the desert. Up to 20 feet tall and stately, with a flaming red torch of flowers full of sweet nectar. Hummingbirds love them. Definitely queenly. And those thorns? Well, a girl's gotta protect herself out here. All day I've been keeping my eye out for a desert lily. I'd never seen it, and I really wanted to see one. So, at the end of the day, on our way back to town, I spied one lonely lily next to the road. The botanical name has undulata in it, referring to the graceful undulating form of the leaves. Recent molecular systems studies use DNA comparisons to switch the desert lily plant classification from the asparagus family to the agave family. The desert lily was called ajo lily by the Spanish because of the bulb's garlic flavor. One of the desert lily's survival adaptations is that the bulb can remain dormant in the ground for several years, waiting for enough moisture to leaf out. We ended our day at a popular restaurant in Borrego Springs, tired but happy. Make sure to watch day 2 of my Anza Borrego adventures. See what I found along the Palm Canyon Trail and what the weather had in store for us.